So I would like to come up with my research title, which is the utilization of Kahoot as a tool to promote active learning, EFL students' point of view. So, first of all, I would like to start with the background of the study. Well, in this modernized era, educators now have the opportunity to introduce and integrate play-based learning, or usually called as game-based learning, activities via technology in their instructions. So, among the many technology-based tools that can be integrated into the EFL classroom, I would like to introduce Kahoot, which is this tool chosen as one of the most popular educational applications that is game-based, interesting, fun, and this tool can also enable the instructor to conduct formative assessments on the learners. There are so many studies that showed the fact that Kahoot can be successfully integrated into teaching, particularly for language teaching, because this tool is really fun, and then when we are playing games, we all really know that in the game we are always asked to compete, and then it makes the students automatically feel that they are challenged. So yeah, probably there are several things that can be the factors of the successful use of this tool, but despite all of the successful results in motivating and engaging learners' participation, there are a gap, which is until nowadays this tool can only be applied to certain classes of certain schools which support technological facilities and certainly teachers with good technological skill. So the next is about the research questions. So based on the background of my research, I conduct the two main research questions. So the first is about how is the implementation of Kahoot as a tool to promote active learning, and the second is how is students' response toward the use of Kahoot as a tool for active learning. So based on the research questions, I would like to investigate the implementation of Kahoot as a tool to promote active learning, and the second is to reveal students' response towards the use of Kahoot as a tool to promote active learning. So about the significance of my study, why is my study important? The first thing is about the theoretical significance. So the research is expected to give some information and fact about the students' response towards Kahoot and the good influence through the use of Kahoot itself. And the next is about the practical significance, which this research will hopefully benefit teachers to know how to integrate such technology to engage students in learning and modify the teaching plan into a fun way. The next is about the scope and the limitation of the study. So the scope of the study is the use of Kahoot in EFL classroom of a junior high school in Indonesia, which will be limited to a 39 junior high school due to the reason because the school has implemented Kahoot as a tool for teaching learning. So basically there are three main key terms in my research. The first is active learning, and the second is Game Students Response System or GSRS, and the third is Kahoot itself. So we are going to move on to the next thing, which is the literature review. So according to Reid and Griffin Slatton, 2016, they stated that new technology and game have played an important role in human life, learning, and education. So by this mean, introducing game play-based learning activities via technology should be a very good opportunity for educators, as this statement is also supported by Tom Loans, saying in his theory that there are three things to make things fun to learn. The first is challenge, fantasy, and curiosity, and those are available when we are using game in teaching. The next thing is about the theory versus the previous studies. So, based on the theories that have been mentioned before, there are some theories that support the previous study, but some of them are not, because it never been mentioned that the use of game, particularly the digital one, can't be really either effective or not when it is used in a classroom which do not provide a good technology. So some theories can't really support the next is about the subject and setting of the research. So the subject of this research is the students in State 39 Junior High School of Surabaya. The reason why do I choose this is have been mentioned in the scope and the limitation of the study. And then next is the data and the source of the data. So I have the research questions. The first is about the implementation. How is the implementation of Kahoot as a tool to promote students' active learning? And the source of the data will be the recording and the analysis from the observation checklist. So the techniques I will use is the observation, and the instrument will be the observation checklist. And the next is how is students' response toward the use of Kahoot, and the data type is the students' response. So students itself, they will be the source of my data, and the technique used will be interview. So I will interview them to collect the questions. So the last step in this research is the data analysis. So basically there are four main steps will be used to analyze the data. The first is organizing the data, will be done after collecting the data. The second is transcribing the data, because I use the interview. And the next is coding the data to ease me to classify the kinds of the data, any kinds of data. And the last is interpreting the